Welcome to National Focus. I'm your presenter Mervin. Thank you for joining us. Topping the headlines, major upgrades ahead for farm access roads. Local psychiatrists called for public support in reducing the incidence of depression. And the first ever quadrille festival was hosted at the Old Mill Cultural Center on Wednesday. Stay with us as we bring you details of these and other stories when National Focus returns. Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. Program Director of the Caribbean Local Economic Development Project, Naresh Singh, is impressed with the level of interest shown by nationals towards that project. Singh told the members of the media this week that he has held discussions with members of cabinet as well as several small business owners about the importance of the project to the growth of small businesses in Dominica and other Caribbean countries. The project is designed to help small and medium-sized enterprises create jobs.
We will do demonstration sites. That's why we will pick some areas to show how these businesses can grow, and we will pay for whatever materials are required and capacity development, equipment, supplies, and so on that are necessary. When it comes to working capital, we are hoping that we can help the entrepreneurs to design their business plans, to do their market surveys, their market analysis, so they know. All businesses should be driven by a market analysis. If you don't have people to buy your products, no point producing them. But they should also be able to know how you do raw materials analysis. It's not unusual for us in the Caribbean, and I say us in the Caribbean because I was born here, although I was in the Caribbean in Guyana, although I've been living in Canada forever, so it seems. Sometimes we want to produce some guava jam, and the market wants 1,000 bottles of jam per month. And when we try to figure out, we only have guavas to produce 10 bottles. So to do all of that, we provide all of that support. We might even provide small machinery for the jam production. But when it comes to how do you get working capital and capital to go forward, we would want them to learn to negotiate with banks how to get loans so that they could continue forever when we are long gone.
Singh says he is impressed with the energies of those whom he has spoken to about the project.
In some of the areas, when we talk to people, in some areas there are some institutional issues that need to be resolved, but we spoke to people right across the country. In Woodford Hill area, for example, I was amazed at a youth group called Soul, just set up, 20 young people. They are already producing small amounts of honey. They are producing pepper sauce, and they are selling the stuff. They are really excited. They're full of energy. They want to grow. We are aware of the hucksters in that area who are doing a thriving trade. So there is the link to markets outside of Dominica as well. We have met with the chairman out there who is very energetic and has offered to do a survey in his entire area to see who will be all the micro entrepreneurs and so on who want to get involved. We are very encouraged by people, local people, when they want to do that. We have spoken to people in Salisbury as well, and we have found there people really anxious to form themselves into a cooperative, to want to transform their little beach area into an attractive area for these cruise people passing through. I understand that Miro is already, the beach area there, kind of overcrowded. And so the energy, we feel that energy in the people.
Consultant psychiatrist at the Princess Margaret Hospital, Dr. Griffin Benjamin, says public involvement is critical if we are to reduce the incidence of depression. Dr. Benjamin was addressing a panel discussion on Wednesday, which formed part of Dominica's observance of World Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day raises public awareness about mental health issues. The day promotes open discussion of mental disorders and investments in prevention, promotion, and treatment services. This year, the theme for the day is Depression, a Global Crisis.
Brothers and sisters, we must not continue to wait until our sisters and our brothers reach a point of committing suicide or even attempting suicide before we provide them with the much needed critical support for them to succeed. So again, I say, the issue of depression is not limited to the Ministry of Health. It is important to stress that in Dominica, we believe that there is no health without mental health. And a good mental health is vital and necessary for all of us to participate in our communities. So our mental health is affected by many factors: social, psychological, and of course biological factors like diseases. Therefore, the ministry recognizes that in promoting mental health of Dominicans is not the sole responsibility of the ministry. We continue to seek greater collaboration with community development agencies like the Welfare Division, the Ministry of Education and the school programs, housing and providing for people who cannot build for themselves, local governments protecting people in communities where there are people who may be mentally ill or who do not know how to take care of themselves, the judiciary, people who commit crime but who have underlying mental illnesses, labor, giving opportunities for work and finance for people who cannot take care of themselves, and of course the religious organizations. Most of our members attend church on Sunday and Saturdays, and they belong to a church because the families belong to church. We need to work together.
Dr. Benjamin stressed the importance of the ongoing public outreach campaign. He has reminded nationals that medical treatment is important in the care of people suffering from depressive disorders.
This campaign is to reassure the public out there that there is treatment available in Dominica for persons suffering with major depressive disorder, and they can reach out to the persons that I mentioned, but eventually there is need for medical treatment. So let me say this: a person who is sad need to consult his pastor. He needs to consult his family. He needs to consult anyone in the community who can help. He needs a shoulder to cry on. He needs a loved one to be with. He needs to get some good news that his children can go to school. Okay? However, when a person with this kind of problem, particularly it turns out that they are not coping or they are not adjusting well, in fact, that their life become affected to the point that they become depressed. All of this support is not sufficient to manage depression. To all of my primary caregivers, I say medical treatment is necessary to address the medical problems that are associated with major depressive disorder.
Depression affects more than 350 million people of all ages in all communities and is a significant contributor to the global burden of disease. Although there are known effective treatments for depression, access to treatment is a problem in most countries, and in some countries fewer than 10% of those who need it receive such treatment. In other news, Minister for the Environment, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, will next Thursday join other OECS ministers responsible for environment and sustainable development to discuss the impact of climate change on the region. The meeting will be held in the panel discussion format, and the ministers will participate in debates on improved land management as a reduction factor for climate change. Ministers are expected to provide guidance on current and future climate change programming activities. They will also provide direction on priority areas for future programming work in areas such as ocean governance, disaster risk reduction, sustainable energy and environmental management and planning. This OECS Ministers of Environment meeting is an annual one, and next week's will make the 16th. The meeting is scheduled to be held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, would like to see more promotion opportunities for teachers within the education system. Honorable Skerrit recently spoke to the Excellence in Education Awards ceremony and stated that as a past teacher himself, he can identify with educators' need to move forward in the field.
One of the things I would like to see happen is that we have a principle, I'm talking here in particular about the secondary schools, that you have a principal and you can appoint, recognized by the Public Service Commission. It should not be an ad hoc informal arrangement. Recognized by the Public Service Commission, 2 deputy principals. You have lower down assistant deputy principals. You have heads of departments. You have heads of, you have senior graduate teachers. You have graduate teachers. You have senior qualified teachers, so that somebody who is a graduate teacher can feel that he can get to the post of deputy principal, if not principal, through the system. And I believe that will address, in a large measure, the disparity which exists within the teaching profession. And teachers do not feel that I am in a position for 35 years with no opportunity for open mobility.
The country's leader also wants the public service to benefit from the experience of teachers and vice versa.
We should seek to have a system of sabbaticals within the school system where a teacher can move into the mainstream public service to be able to be exposed to public sector management. In the event that maybe one of you may be recognized to be promoted as a permanent secretary or whatever within the public service, you have that opportunity.
Minister for Public Works Honorable Mervin met with the media on Thursday to address a series of construction projects planned to upgrade the state of farm access roads. According to the minister, at this stage, a few high-producing farming areas are top priority.
We're looking at approximately 890 farmers in the various areas that I made mention of. If I were to just give an idea as to the specific locations that we're talking about Calibishi, Wesley, Bells, Merocuba, Macushbury, Salisbury, and Woodford Hill, River Sirik, La Plaine, Granby, Collyho, Benz, Paybush, and Vickers, and Capuchin. So one gets a sense, therefore, throughout the various parts of the country. And I want to underscore that very important fact that the Ministry of Public Works was informed by the Ministry of Agriculture as to the most productive areas. As a consequence, we have decided to place emphasis on those priority areas.
The scope of those works is in the region of $2.5 million and will target 18 roads totaling about 30 kilometers, making life easier for close to 890 farmers. The minister also noted that local contractors will be in charge of those jobs.
The expectation is to engage a number of local contractors. We're looking at an aggregate of 20 local contractors. And based on the ministry's analysis, we can make the projection that at least 160 persons will be employed over a 12-week period of time. That is the time horizon we expect to have the completion of the 18 feeder roads that I made mention of just now.
Minister Blackmore described exactly what the upgrades entail.
We're looking at improvement to the drains, the concrete drains, and vegetation control, and the actual surfacing of the respective roads. In most cases, we'll be using concrete.
Honorable Blackmore believes the upgrade of farm access roads is a positive first step towards long-term progress on the island. Work in Bells, Cuba Road and Miro have already begun, and GIS News will bring you more from Honorable Blackmore in a subsequent newscast. And the first ever Quadrille Festival was held at the Old Mill Cultural Center on Wednesday. The event formed part of activities hosted by the Division of Culture as part of Dominica's 34th Independence Anniversary. Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence explained that the reason for hosting the new festival was to further promote quadrille, which is one of the island's many folk dances. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt was among several who ignored the inclement weather conditions to attend Wednesday night's event. For those of you who missed the event, here's a glimpse of what you missed. At the end, in the children category, the flamboyant dancers came in first, followed by the Woodfordale Cultural Group and the Penville Cultural Group placed third. In the adult category, the flamboyant dancers captured the top spot, while the Capuchin Cultural Group and the Petit Soufriere Cultural Group placed second and third, respectively. And that's the English segment of the news. We now join Macpherson St. Louis for the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a fait parole que moun Kalinago qui tape Kai, qui tape pour $30,000 l'argent. Parole cela sorti du Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt pendant la cérémonie semaine salam, où la moun Kalinago qui tape la clé pour ces missions salam. Honorable Ivor Stevenson, c'est acting ministre pour ça fait Kai.
Ça c'est vrai, parce que toute l'agence là, c'est un gros package. So, c'est là qu'on fait différents stages. So, aujourd'hui, nous à Bataka, et puis c'est les autres là qui font l'autre place dans le caractère.
En même temps aussi, Honorable Skerritt m'a demandé aux gens qui tapent ces cailles là pour occuper bien et puis tenir bien propre.
Ça c'est un bail qui est obligé parce que le gouvernement prend temps et puis il fait caille et puis il bat mon caille en presque moyen les mon caméra parce que là nous regardons l'argent qu'il prend pour faire un caille. Actuellement, c'est autant l'argent. So là regardez c'est caille ça et puis il est tellement belle. Nous avons en laisser moun ça pour qui a réussi avec ces caille là pour faire une manœuvre pour qui yo nettoyer la cour, yo tient place là bien, yo planter fleurs, comment et puis yo même habillé dans la place là madame Manela, yo pas ni combat, pièce débat. So dans petit commune là où ça avant les monde qui étaient ensemble, tout bagaille en ordre, tout bagaille bien, nous pas ni pièce combat, pièce débat, qualité bail ça yo. So c'est caille ça yo, c'est belle caille et puis nous encourager monde pour planter fleurs, tient place là net. Parce que là c'est caillou et puis c'est un communauté ça développé pour qui applique un bon exemple pour les autres monde qui ont été en caractère là.
En autre nouvelle, le gouvernement Canada a implémenté un programme en pays Caraïbes pour développement petites entreprises. Développement gouvernement local qui collabore et puis fédération municipalité Canada a implémenté projet en Dominique. 3 pays OICS qui expectent pour bénéficier. Monsieur Félix Finistère, c'est coordinateur pour le projet en pays OICS.
Le projet A, c'est un projet qui est fait par un fonds qui sort CIDA. CIDA, c'est une agence en Canada pour le développement en tout pays de la Terre, tout pays mondial. Avec yo vini en ces pays carrés comme là. Dominique aussi, pour yo ça bail assistance pour petit business qui a employé yon des moun hot commune même. C'est pas pour tout pays mais c'est pour commune. Nous avons sélecté des communes en Dominique qui a fait petit business, particulièrement en tourisme et en agricole. Mais agricole là, c'est pas agricole qui a fait manger, qui a fait denrées seulement, c'est agricole qui a mis plus valeur en ça c'est mon produit. Ça y produit, si c'est faire l'huile coco, si c'est pour faire miel, si c'est pour faire la gelée, différents bitins. Mais ces bitins ça là, si ça fait et que ça exporter ça, pour ces hucksters là, voyez ben Jean Dominique l'autre pays, nous avons pensé ça a un chay bénéfice pour le pays Dominique.
Finistère expliquer manière l'argent là qui vient.
C'est pas directement en grant. Puisque grant là est venu pour le gouvernement Dominique. Le gouvernement Dominique qui travaille ensemble avec local government, quoi, town and village councils. L'argent ça nous a fait available pour tout carré comme là, tout projet c'est 33 millions de dollars canadiens qui c'est 50 millions Eastern Caribbean l'argent nous dans ces pays. Mais ça c'est pour tout carré comme pour 5 ans. Quoi l'argent ça est available pour nous faire capacity building, entraînement, pour nous faire business plan et pour ça faire ces moun plus meilleur pour ça faire manager affaire plus efficacement.
En notre nouvelle, le gouvernement Cuba qui a encore demandé l'Amérique pour arrêter le blocade au compte pays ailleurs pendant la session des Nations Unies c'est le 13 novembre l'année salam. Blocade celle-là qui a empêché le commerce entre ces deux pays-là et puis ça a fait depuis la révolution Cuba Fidel Castro, Charles le gouvernement Batista en 1959. Tout ça fait après Cuba a nationalisé bagaille citoyen l'Amérique en Cuba et puis embargo ça venu plus fort en 1962. L'Amérique aussi déjà passé loi qui a empêché les citoyens ailleurs voyager et puis faire business et puis Cuba. Quand même bloqué ça là qui a resté en place même si plusieurs organisations en parmi Nations Unies et puis communauté internationale qui a demandé l'Amérique pour arrêter. Quand même si l'ambassadeur Cuba pour Dominique, Her Excellency Elena Ramos, bloqué ça là au compte Cuba pas GIS. Bloqué ça là qu'à la cautionné Cuba souffert autant et puis ça bien mauvais si l'ambassadeur Ramos. Ambassadeur Ramos a aussi oui monsieur gouvernement Dominique pour si pour ayo et puis résolution pour arrêter bloqué au compte pays Cuba. Et puis finalement, directeur pour l'agriculture Ricky Brumant, bien plaisir pour l'État agricole en Dominique, même si il y a plusieurs challenges. Brumant fait parole ça là pendant une interview et puis service information gouvernement GIS.
C'est pas easy secteur pour développer. Mais pour développer, nous avons besoin d'habitants qui veulent travailler. Nous avons besoin de gens qui savent produire nous. Nous avons besoin de gens pour manger produire nous. Nous avons besoin de ça pour faire certains ça habitants fait qui produit. Nous avons besoin d'un département qui prépare pour travailler avec ces habitants ça. Nous sommes ça en place. Comment on voit l'agriculture, c'est nous ça fait bien, mais ça dépend au temps pour faire ça qui est bien. Pas tout seulement le gouvernement. Le gouvernement a mis l'argent en place, le gouvernement a mis le plan en place, mais ça a évolué avec habitants et avec d'autres personnes qui poussé ces actions du gouvernement.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est Mervin St. Louis. Au revoir.
Up next, your tip of the day.
Hello, I'm Felix Anderson. Good afternoon, and I'm here to tell you why it's better to buy your bag bread looking like this and not like Diabansak, a pig in a book, a cat in a bag. Come on, if it's bagged, it's got to be tagged. Let me show you what I mean. Hello, ma'am. Can you tell me what's in that bag?
So you're not seeing it's a brown bread?
It looks like one, but you sure it's a brown bread?
Your face looking like the brown bread.
Brown and proud. If it's bagged, it's got to be tagged. Bakers, consumers, and retailers, please ensure that all your bagged bakery products clearly display brand name, product name, batch number, net contents, country of origin, list of ingredients, expiry date, identification code, and other important information about the product. Check the Dominica Bureau of Standards for details. So, am I right or am I right?
The facts as they are, brought to you every day, only on GIS Channel 7.
Here are a few tips to stay mentally healthy. Connect with others. Develop and maintain strong relationships with people around you who will support and enrich your life. The quality of our personal relationships has a great effect on our well-being. Putting time and effort into building strong relationships can bring great rewards. Take time to enjoy. Set aside times for activities, hobbies, and projects you enjoy. Let yourself be spontaneous and creative when the urge takes you. Do a crossword, take a walk, read a book, sew a quilt, draw pictures with your kids, play with your pets, whatever takes your fancy. And take care of yourself. Be active and eat well. These help maintain a healthy body. Physical and mental health are closely linked. It's easier to feel good about life if your body feels good. You don't have to go to the gym to exercise. Gardening, dancing, and bushwalking all count. Combine physical activity with a well-balanced diet to nourish your body and mind and keep you feeling good inside and out. And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. You could also visit our website at news.gov.dm. You could visit our GIS Dominica pages on YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Mervin. Thanks for watching.